Blessed greetings everyone, 'tis I, Holy Mystic, and today I want to talk about a subject that's kind of old, but I still think it's worth talking about. Back in 2016, it was revealed that Koei Tecmo, the publisher behind the Dynasty Warriors franchise, wanted to do a Nintendo-related Warriors game again, since Hyrule Warriors was so successful. They wanted to do Starfox Warriors. But before I talk a little more about that, I want to tell you a little bit about why I love Starfox so much, and some of the other Warriors spin-off games that happened.
Back whenever I was younger, I would rent Starfox for the Super Nintendo from a local game store, and I would enjoy it from time to time, though it definitely wasn't my favorite thing due to how difficult some of the levels were for me at the time. Though I appreciate it more nowadays, I definitely enjoyed the series a lot more and loved it greatly after playing Star Fox 64 at a gaming kiosk and eventually getting it for Christmas, and since then, I've been a huge fan of the series. Dynasty Warriors is typically a hack and slash game where you choose a character and go through a horde of smaller characters and come across the occasional boss or stronger enemy than the typical horde, and they've had many sequels and spin-offs. Some of them including Hyrule Warriors with the 3DS version after that, its Definitive Edition, and Age of Calamity. And of course you have Gundam, One Piece, and many others. Believe it or not, even Persona 5 got one of all games. And they even did a more cartoonish looking one, but I enjoy it greatly, called Mystic Heroes, which seems to be loosely based off a novel that I don't know if we ever got in the West.
All of this to show that in reality, if these games that are typically not hack and slashers can become one, then so can Star Fox. Fox McCloud and gang have shown that they can get out of their R-Wings and do some cool on-the-ground stuff, as shown in Adventures and in Assault. Even sometimes in the Star Fox comics, like the one from Nintendo Power, or the Farewell Beloved Falco. Heck, in that manga, Fox got out of his ship to fight with this one guy using a saber, a sword. He's a trained martial artist to some regard, and he was in the Cornerian military, so hand-to-hand combat is something he knows, not just the pew-pew. Plus, like in Hyrule Warriors, there could be different versions of certain characters with different styles of combat. There could be Fox with the staff, Fox typically just with guns and grenades, and one that's a mix of both. You get to see how these characters would actually fight in a canonical way. And there is evidence that Koei Tecmo really did want to do this. For example, they did approach Nintendo wanting to do a Star Fox themed Warriors game. And yes, you can find this online that they actually did do this. There would have been a focus on melee combat with some space combat as well, no gimmicky motion controls. Missions would alternate between ground and simplified space combat. The visuals would have been over the top. Nintendo turned it down due to questions regarding the future of the brand. And though we don't know if it would have been on the Wii U or the Switch, my guess it would have been potentially on the Wii U, but more than likely on the Switch. Koei Tecmo still wanted to do another Warriors game with Nintendo, and so they did. Fire Emblem Warriors. All I'm saying is, if all these other games and anime that spawned multiple sequels, and even Persona 5 could get a Warriors game, and some of these games you never would expect to even happen, then why not Star Fox? I love the series, and I do believe that as long as it fit in the original canonical 64 timeline, somewhere in there, it could be canonical. A multitude of characters that could also potentially have DLC. Either way, I would have loved it, and a lot of people would have too. Sure, it wouldn't have been for everybody, but there are some people it would have been for. Me being one of them. And I'm hoping that there will be more Star Fox games over the horizon. I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I hope Star Fox Warriors gets to become a thing someday in the future that is canonical to the 64 timeline and is actually fun. And if you think it would have been good, write it down below. And if you didn't, well, that's okay. It's not for everybody. May God bless, Jesus loves, and Holy Spirit forever be with you. And until next time, stay floofy, be possum. Later, new.